How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Adam's Analysis, where we talk all things basketball. Today we're back on Tier Maker, and we have a just general players list from the 2021 season. We're going to be ranking them. Some of these guys aren't in their 2021 jerseys. Like, it looks like or am I wrong? I might be wrong. I think everyone is correct. At first I was like, is that? But I forgot that Mike Conley obviously would be in a yellow Utah Jazz jersey. I don't know why I'm tripping. Anyway, let's get right into it. We have top 5, Superstar, All-Star, Borderline All-Star, Good, Not Great, Mid, and Trash. So right off the bat, we got Anthony Davis. A bit hard to rank him this year, because obviously he was injured for a good majority of the playoffs, and, you know, obviously they got load management over there in the Lakers. But he's definitely All-Star, at least. I mean, obviously with these rankings, I like to make the list generally and then do a little bit of editing as we go along. Bam Adebayo, definitely All-Star as well. Had a great season. Bradley Beal, always an All-Star. Put him in Superstar, probably. Ben Simmons. What a great guy to get right now. Ben Simmons, for the regular season, was good, not great. I mean, you could have him debatably in borderline All-Star. But if we're talking right now, I'm going to put him here. But I'm going to go off the season, and I'm going to just say good, not great. Because let's look real quick. What am I doing? Ben Simmons. So 2021, he put up 14, 7, and 7 on, I mean, great efficiency, you know, except for the free throw line, but I mean, that's Ben Simmons. So definitely good, not great. Malcolm Brogdon, borderline All-Star. Let's look what Malcolm put up this year. He put up 21, 5, and 6. I mean, the efficiency from the field, a little underwhelming, but 38% from 3, 86% from the free throw line, you know, effective field goal range of over 50%. He was great. LeBron, obviously, if we're going off this season, I mean, obviously LeBron's always top 5, as long as he'll be in the league, most likely, if he doesn't take a huge step in regression. But if we're talking just this season, I would have him in, like, Superstar. I don't think he was really putting up a top 5 season, at least numbers-wise, but I'm going to put him top 5 just because LeBron's top 5 anyway. Jaylen Brown got hurt towards the end of the year. Was having a great season, though. Definitely an All-Star. CJ McCollum, good, not great. He had a solid year. Let's just double-check real quick what his numbers were like this year, because I'm pretty sure he had somewhat of a down year. I mean, he still put up 23, 4, and 4, almost 5. The efficiency from 3 was amazing, but field goal percentage was a little bit left to be desired. But wow, I did not know he put up a career high in points. I apologize for any CJ McCollum fans out there. I was totally wrong in presuming that he had a down year. We could definitely put him in borderline All-Star. That was a great year. Mike Conley, another borderline All-Star. He had a really good breakout year with the Jazz, because I remember in the first year people were kind of like, you know, is this Donovan Mitchell, Conley backcourt going to work out? And it was great. Chris Paul, Superstar this year. I mean, great season, led the Suns to the 1 seed, which, I mean, how long has it been since we've seen the Suns in the 1 seed? It's crazy. Curry, top 5. I mean, Curry, if his team wasn't so bad this year, could have been MVP candidate. And he was putting up what? I know he led the league in points, but was it 33? Wow. Excuse my terrible typing right now. My mic is like in front of my keyboard. Yeah, 32 points. You know, for being a 6'3", kind of skinny guard, putting up 5.5 boards too. 6 assists. I mean, you know, the man does what he does. 92% from the line, 42% from deep. Jeez, you know, he's that guy. Always. I mean, you guys know that. D-Book, another Superstar. Put him right next to Chris Paul up there. DeJounte Murray, admittedly, probably like most people in the league, I don't watch many Spurs games. They're not televised a lot where I live. I almost typed in Spurs. Let's check DeJounte Murray. So he put up almost 16, 7 and 5, with 45 and a little below league average from 3. From free throw, about 80. I mean, that's definitely a solid season. I'd put him in the good, not great. Let's see. Damian Lillard, I mean, always a superstar. Damian Lillard carries Portland every single year. Always has at least a first or second round exit, though, usually because, the supporting cast around him is not exactly there. But if we go to DeMar DeRozan, wow. I looked at his face and I was like, hey, it's that guy. And I just couldn't think of what he's putting up name-wise. So he put up 21.6, 7 assists. I mean, that's got to be... Is that a career high? Yeah, it is. Okay, I was going to say, I don't ever remember seeing DeMar DeRozan put up 7 assists. But, I mean, a tiny bit down from last year. Obviously, it's nothing really even considerable. But shooting 25% from deep and under 50% from the field, definitely not too great. I mean, shooting almost 90% from the stripe, though, at least. So I would definitely say it was a good, not great season. With that efficiency, if it was a little bit higher, he'd be in borderline all-star. Because, I mean, obviously, 22 points a game, you can't be upset at that at all. But if he had done it with a bit more efficiency, he would definitely be up there a little more. De'Aaron Fox is an interesting guy because he's so underappreciated, but it just... If you can't lead your team to a playoff berth or any success in the regular season, it's just a bit tough to rank you anywhere pretty high. His efficiency this year was pretty okay, a bit below league average from 3 and from the field, and only shot 71% from the free throw line, which obviously as a starting point guard, not exactly great. But 25 points a game, 7 assists, you can't hate on it. Definitely a borderline all-star, I'd say. Giannis, top 5 this year. Giannis had a great season. Actually, might put him in superstar because I can't really justify having him above D-Book or Chris Paul. And I don't really know if I want Bradley Beal just because of his team success in superstar. I don't know what I was really thinking there. James Harden. I mean, James Harden, pre-injury, was having a great year. Definitely a superstar. I mean, James Harden, as long as he's in the league, will probably be a superstar. Gordon Hayward. I think Gordon Hayward had a pretty solid season. I like how it autofills when I press enter. It just doesn't autofill. Sort of weird. Yeah, he put up almost 20, 6 rebounds and 4 assists on pretty great efficiency. I mean, if that field goal was a little bit higher, but it's nothing to really complain about at 47%, but 42 from deep. I mean, he's always been a pretty great shooter, so let's see where that field goal ranks in his career. It's pretty average for what he puts up. That's definitely not bad. I would say it's definitely a borderline all-star year. Great things from Gordon Hayward. Man got paid, so got to put up those numbers. Embiid this year. Embiid was top 5. I mean, if he didn't get injured this year, probably MVP. We're probably taking MVP for Embiid over Jokic if he didn't get hurt. Because Philly was the 1 seed. So, that's definitely something to think about. Brandon Ingram. From what I remember, the Pelicans are like the Spurs, where the only attraction they have to their team is obviously Zion Williamson. And I love Brandon Ingram, but their games just aren't televised much where I'm from. But we'll have to look up Brandon Ingram's stats. Wow, so you put up 24, 5, and 5 on pretty great efficiency. I mean, shooting 88% when you're 6'8" from the line. Definitely a pretty great stat there. I'm just not sure where we want to drop him. Where did I drop him? Am I tripping here? Where did he go? What? Hello? I'm dumbfounded? Oh, dude. I must be blind. Definitely borderline all-star type year. If you were on a better team with a better record, probably would have been an all-star. I don't think he was an all-star this year. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard had a great year. I don't know if I'd put him in superstar exactly. It's tough because Kawhi did what Kawhi does almost every year. And I mean, I guess you could count that as superstar. Pretty much every year he does. But let's just have a look at his efficiency. Because what did he put up? About 25 a game? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 25, 6.5, and 5. Wow, yeah, his efficiency was great. Probably going to have to move him up to superstar there. There's probably going to be a lot in the superstar category. There was just a lot of incredible individual performances this year. John Morant, definitely borderline all-star. He's still very young. For what he did in the playoffs this year, it almost makes me want to bump him up to all-star. Dude, this autofill. I don't know what's going on. So he put up 19, 4, and 7.5. The field goal and the 3%, pretty okay. Definitely not terrible, but not great percentages. Especially the free throw went down. But yeah, I think I'm comfortable putting him in borderline all-star. Jimmy Buckets. Did Jimmy Buckets have a good year this year? I wasn't much paying attention to the Heat, to be honest with you. Because after I heard of or not heard of, but after I saw Tyler Hero's dip, I sort of, lost interest in their season a little bit. I don't really know why. I was just kind of expecting a breakout from him. But, I mean, he put up great numbers in the stat sheet, 22, 7, and 7. But, I mean, look at that field goal, or that three-point percentage, I mean. 24.5. How many did he attempt? Okay. So he only attempted 2 a game. And I mean, Jimmy Butler's never been a big outside shooter. So, obviously it's not a good percentage, but on only 2 attempts a game, I think you got to put him in a borderline all-star. Nikola Jokic, top 5. He's MVP this year. Probably move to the front of that list just for the MVP. Cat will probably always be borderline all-star as long as he stays in the Timberwolves. I mean, that being said, Timberwolves did just get their pick stolen by the Warriors, which is very tough for them. Could have had Anthony Edwards. Maybe you take Jalen Suggs. I don't know what their pick was originally. I don't know if it was 4th. I think it was 7th. I don't know. Kevin Durant, superstar. If we're including playoffs, top 5. Luka, I think Luka might have to be our last top 5 guy. Because Luka put up an incredible season. I believe, was it over 30 a game? Or was it just about 30? Oh yeah, about 28. But I mean 28, 8, and almost 9 on 35% from deep. Yeah, I mean, he's the man. We all love Luka. Nikola Vucevic, I think he had a good, not great year with the Bulls. Zach LaVine, an all-star year, for sure. Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton's a tough one. Because obviously he's the Robin to Giannis's Batman. The playoffs, Chris Middleton really steps up, it seems, at least in this recent year. I don't know really where I want to rank him here. Yeah, I really apologize for my typing right now. 26 and 5. I mean, almost 42% from deep and almost 90% from the stripe. Yeah, that's That's pretty incredible, leading the Bucks. Well, obviously not leading, but being a part of the Bucks' great record this year. I'm gonna put him in All-Star category. And when I put people in All-Star, I just want to let it be known I'm not going off of All-Star selection. I'm just, trying to find a place between borderline All-Star and Superstar. Because I would never have Chris Middleton as a Superstar, but I would have Chris Middleton above everyone here, for sure. Real quick, I just want to check what Karl Anthony Towns put up this year. 25, 10.5, 4.5 on pretty great efficiency. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if his team had a little more success, I'd put him up in All-Star. But I think he'll remain there for now. Kemba Walker, mid. Not a great year. I mean, he's just a defensive liability. Jason Tatum, superstar, for sure. LaMelo Ball, borderline All-Star. If he had stayed healthy for the majority of the year, he got Rookie of the Year anyway. Much deserving. Anthony Edwards, obviously, right up there with him. If, you just think about Anthony Edwards probably last 30% of the year, you have him as Rookie of the Year, but if you consider the other, 66%, wasn't very good. Kristaps, mid. Kyrie Irving, definitely superstar. I mean, he shot 50, 40, 90. Had a great season, obviously, staying with the Nets up until that. What are they ruling it? Was it an Achilles or just an ankle injury? I wasn't quite sure. Basketball Reference will tell us. Man, my typing right now. I'd actually thought I'd said it right here. But yeah, I mean, nevertheless, he put up 27, 5, and 6 on 50, 40, 90. Like, that's superstar stuff. Russell Westbrook, I'm just picking and choosing. I know it's probably annoying to people at home. I'm sorry that I'm not exactly going in order. I think he had a good, not great year. I don't want to do that to him after he beat the triple-double record. But the efficiency, I mean, obviously he averaged a triple-double. And not just a triple-double. 22, 11.5, and almost 12. So it's pretty incredible. But only 44% from the field. But I mean, Russell Westbrook's, look at his career. He's never been the most efficient guy ever. Obviously, he's not a shooter from deep. Unless it's clutch moments, which he prevails in. Free throws dipped quite a bit. Down to 65%. Wow. 65% for Russell Westbrook's really low. Definitely a borderline All-Star, I would say. I mean, you can't average a triple-double and have me put you in good, not great, especially when Ben Simmons is here. I want to check on Vooch real quick. I don't want to... Because Yeah, I mean, 23, 11.7. Oh, man. I'm so sorry, Vooch fans. I really thought he had a worse season than that for some reason. Played 70 games, too. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely put him in borderline All-Star. That's a great season. Why am I struggling to think of who this is right now? Oh, it's Jeremy Grant. Am I wrong about that? Is that Jeremy Grant? Wow. If I could type right now, that'd be great. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I just could not recognize him. I mean, he had a pretty solid season if we're not looking at his field goal percentage. 22, 5, and 3 on 43% from the field. Eesh, a little low there. 35% from 3 is definitely respectable, though, and 84, almost 85% from the stripe. Definitely solid. Let's compare it to his other years. Yeah, this is, I mean, very much higher than he's ever played. But, I mean, this is a new team. He's in a new role, bigger shoes to fill. So it's cool that he stepped up like that. Jeremy Grant, definitely... Yeah. I think team success considered and efficiency considered, probably put him in good, not great. Jamal Murray was having a pretty great year, I believe, before he got injured. I mean, his injury was pretty... Dude, I can't type right now. I don't blame you guys if you clown me in the comments. 21.45 on, I mean, it's great efficiency. He was pretty close to 50-40-90. Yeah, I mean, definitely put him in borderline all-star. Paul George. Now, Paul George this playoffs has been pretty great. Pretty, I mean, besides the 2 free throws missed last night against the Suns in crunch time. That was rough. I don't know if you guys watched that game. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys did. You saw the DeAndre Ayton alley-oop for the win, which was pretty incredible. I put Paul George in all-star. Julius Randle, all-star. I mean, I would put him in superstar if he had just better shooting. I mean, simply, Julius Randle had a great season and was much deserving of that most improved player. And I mean, he led the Knicks squad to the playoffs and, you know, made it a really competitive series against the Hawks, going to 7 games. But if my memory serves me correctly, his efficiency, I mean, it wasn't... I think I'm just having a little bit of recency bias because in the playoff series against the Hawks, his shooting was pretty terrible. His shot selection just looked rough, and he's always had a problem where he shoots a lot of jumpers from the baseline that are like just really hard shots, like really contested shots. And like, I respect it for believing in himself that he could get that, and thinking that, you know, he can hit those shots is definitely like great confidence to have, and some players definitely need more confidence like that. But there are definitely a lot of questionable shots from him. But I mean, 45, 40, 81, it's definitely not the worst. I would definitely put him in a all-star for that most improved player too. Rudy Gobert, so defensive player of the year, obviously 3-time, right? This is a tough one. I think we go all-star. Because he put up 14-14 on 67.5%. Which, like... And 62% from the free throw, which obviously it's okay if you're 7'1". It's definitely not too atrocious from people his size in NBA history. Yeah, I think you definitely go all-star. I mean, from how he's helped the Jazz defensively lead them to where they are now. Domantas Sabonis, all-star as well. Colin Sexton, I think we go borderline here. Is there 2 L's in Colin Sexton? There is. I don't know why I thought there wasn't. 24-3, 4.4 on... I mean, admittedly, that's a pretty great 3 percentage. I mean, it's lower than his career average, but his career average is also extremely high. So, yeah. Definitely put him in borderline all-star. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What... I mean, OKC, obviously, one of the worst teams in the league this year, which was to be expected. I mean, they're so young. They're regrowing with their 3 first-round picks this year. Shai Gilgeous, definitely borderline all-star. Pascal Siakam, same thing. You got a rebuilding Toronto team with young pieces that look really promising with Gary Trent Jr. and people like that, and they have a pretty high pick. So, I mean, if you get someone like a Jalen Suggs to go along with Gary Trent Jr., right off the bench, that's gonna be a strong squad. It's gonna be scary if they can just fill their void of Kawhi's offensive and defensive prowess from the wing. It'll definitely be great. Donovan Mitchell is a superstar this year. I'm not too sure on the regular season because the Jazz are another team I don't watch too many games of. But, oh yeah. I mean, the field goal percentage, definitely something to be desired. Stepped it up from the free throw line and from 3. Played only 53 games due to injury, obviously. But I would say for what the Jazz have done this season, I don't know if I'm going to put him in All-Star. Yeah, I don't think he ranks the same as the guys up there, but definitely at least ranks with the guys here, if not better. I'm going to move him just up a bit. Not particularly over all these guys, but I just feel weird having Donovan Mitchell in the back of All-Star, even though I'm not ranking it numerically. I think it's just in my head. Trae Young played, I mean, if we're going by this playoffs, I'd put him in Superstar, but for regular season, I'm going to go All-Star. Because what were Trae's shooting splits? Dude, this autofill is killing me. I mean, he almost put up 25 and 10. The field goal and three-point percentage, though, three-point percentage obviously not that low, just about league average. Field goal leaves a little bit to be desired, but that's most point guards his size are going to have a lot of blocked shots, going to have a lot of floaters and high glass layups that don't exactly land. But I would definitely put him in All-Star for what the Hawks are doing right now and for what they've done in this season, being the 5th seed and being in the Eastern Conference Finals, and hopefully a competitive series. I mean, we'll have to see. I think the Bucks could sweep, personally, because I just don't know who you put besides maybe Danilo Gallinari and kind of slow Clint Capella to slow down Giannis. But, yeah, we'll have to see. Fred VanVleet. What did Fred put up this year? It feels weird calling him just Fred. I'm definitely going to do that in the future. 19.6. Okay. So, I mean, obviously he's taking more of a lead role this year, and it shows in his stats. But that field goal percentage is just atrocious, man. I would definitely put him in probably mid. I don't know if I'd want him up with these good, not great guys, to be honest. Yeah. John Wall, another guy that unfortunately has always been suffering from injury. Why is my N key? Okay. Wow. Yeah. 20.6, 3, and 7 on 40, 30, and 75. Man, that 40 really makes me want to put him lower than he probably deserves. I mean, the Rockets obviously had to tank this year. He only played 40 games, but he started all 40, obviously. I mean, the Rockets have no one to replace over him. So I'd put him in probably mid. I mean, 20 points per game is obviously hard to say he's mid, but from 40% efficiency, no. Zion played. It's so tough. His field goal percentage is so good, but from what the Pelicans have done, I don't want to put him in Superstar. Put him in All-Star. I mean, obviously, he doesn't have too much help. They have a very odd team. Eric Bledsoe forgot how to play basketball in recent years. But he put up 27, 7, and 4 on 61% from the field. I mean, the 3 percentage, obviously, not great. And the free throw, definitely okay at best. For being 6'7", which I didn't even think he was 6'7". I was thinking he's more 6'5", 6'6". You would expect a little bit better free throw percentage. Definitely, I was hoping to see around, 82 to 86%. But I mean, 86 is a little high. Let me relax there. Definitely between 77 to like 82% would definitely jump him up a little bit. How many threes did he attempt? Oh, he only attempted 0.6 a game, so it's, yeah. That is what it is. Definitely All-Star. But he's top of there too, And Christian Wood. Man, if Christian Wood didn't get injured this year. Oh, man, I love watching Christian Wood play. He was putting up 21, 10, and 2 On 51 from the field, 37 from 3, 63 from the line. Wow. I wish the Rockets weren't so terrible, but I would definitely put him, I would say borderline all-star. And let's have a little bit of a review. We got Nikola Jokic, LeBron, Steph Curry, Embiid, and Luka at our top 5. I think that's fair. I mean, that's who I'd consider top 5. If we're going by MVP race, I'd probably replace LeBron with Chris Paul. But I don't think we're just going MVP race. Superstar, we got Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving. Then in our all-star category, which is definitely almost, well, actually, I was about to say the biggest category, and I didn't even realize borderline all-star had that many in it. We have Anthony Davis, Donovan Mitchell, Zion Williamson, Bam Adebayo, Jaylen Brown, Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, Paul George, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, DeMontis Sabonis, Trae Young. The borderline all-star, we got Malcolm Brogdon, CJ McCollum, Mike Conley, De'Aaron Fox, Gordon Hayward, Brandon Ingram, John Morant, Jimmy Buckets, Karl Anthony Towns, LaMelo Ball, Nikola Vucevic, Russell Westbrook, Jamal Murray, Colin Sexton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Pascal Siakam, and Christian Wood. Good, not great. We got Ben Simmons, then we got the Spurs boys and DeJounte Murray and DeMar DeRozan and Jeremy Grant. Then mid, we got Kemba, Kristaps, Fred VanVleet, and John Wall. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to this point in the video, I'd really appreciate if you hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications so you know exactly when I post. And as always, guys, peace out.